Welcome to Navigating Texas Workforce Commission for Musicians, an interactive panel discussion. Fridays at 1 p.m. Brought to you by the Austin Federation of Musicians and with the Unemployment Compensation Advisory Committee. The Unemployment Compensation Advisory Committee are members of the Austin Federation of Musicians, Local 433 of the American Federation of Musicians, aka the Musicians Union. Some of us work as contractor 1099 workers, and others work as employee W-2 workers in various aspects of the music industry.
The goal of this session is to share our experiences, including trials and tribulations related to the Texas Workforce Commission, or TWC, with other musicians in the state of Texas to aid in navigating the TWC application process. We are not experts in unemployment assistance. We are musicians.
The information contained herein does not constitute either legal advice or an official pronouncement or a position of the Austin Federation of Musicians, but rather is only the personal opinions of the panelists. The panelists do not give legal advice or make official rulings on agency matters, should not be cited as authorities in any matter before the agency or when dealing with agency staff about a case, and must minimize their involvement with administrative processes. They also do not give legal advice on any other matter, and any information they should give should not be used as a basis for taking any employment-related action. Before taking any employment employee or before using any sample form or policy you may obtain from this group, you should consult a licensed private sector employment law attorney of your choice. All right, welcome back. I just realized I didn't hit one of the mute buttons that I usually hit, and that may have produced a weird echo on the intro, so I may have to edit that later. But if you're watching, sorry about that. Yeah, this is Navigating Texas Workforce Commission for Musicians. Oh, goodness, there we go.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. That's all right. This is Navigating Texas Workforce Commission for Musicians for December 18th, 2020. This will be the last one of the year for 2020. Not too sad about saying goodbye to 2020, although we know things won't get better immediately. But yeah. And joining me is Mark. Hello, Mark.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah. We always start with the links down in the description of the video. Those are kind of the most up-to-date always as far as unemployment information in Texas. And the first one is the TWC website and their Facebook page. That's where they're kind of disseminating the most current information. The website itself is kind of difficult to find things on, and the Facebook page has their I think every other day they're doing those press releases and press conferences and things. And then we also have our local 433 musicians unemployment sharing page, information sharing page rather, and our COVID-19 resources page, and then the Who Represents Me link for Texas. You can find out who your representatives are, and that's become very relevant. So, yeah. So if you're just starting out, check those links first, of course, and you may use those as reference, of course, as well. So then we usually move on to beverages. I'm doing coffee once again. How about you, Mark?
Good old green tea.
Solid as a rock, my friend.
Yeah.
Even in the summertime, you got that green tea. That's a healthy option.
Year round.
Excellent. All right, man. Well, I thought we could talk about some of the local things that we're hearing this week. Of course, at the office, at the union office, we're hearing from a lot of musicians who are being told that their benefits are running out on the 26th. Of course, anybody that's on the PUA, right, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, technically that whole program is running out on the 26th, unless Congress acts, which we'll talk about that later. Everybody's watching that. Have you heard from anybody else about that, Mark?
You mean about the benefits running out?
Yeah.
Just a couple of people who've gotten the same email from TWC saying that the benefits run out at the end of the month.
Yeah, that's a notice. Yeah, not a very comfortable notice to receive, obviously, in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I've also heard this week from some folks that weren't on PUA, that were on what is it, the PEUC, the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation, early on, and then that ran out, and they got onto the temporary unemployment assistance, the TUA, or TUB, the TUB, the temporary unemployment benefits.
Benefits.
And those are running out, or actually have run out. I spoke with one musician that those had run out, another musician where it's running out next week. So all this stuff, it's not just the contractors and the self-employed folks. It's running out for everybody, because we've had so many weeks of this year. I mean, it's just amazing. But it's good to know that it's not just us as the self-employed and the contractors. So it's everybody, and yeah, not comfortable at all. Yeah, geez. And I think this may be the questions that this is generating, which naturally people want to know. Okay, what do I do? That may be starting to overload the TWC system again. And I think you had a little experience with that, Mark. Do you want to tell us about that?
Well, a couple of different experiences. One was this week, I actually was not able to log into the TWC website as I normally do. That was maybe there were 3 days in a row where I couldn't log in. No message, nothing, just you can't log in.
You didn't go into that like waiting lobby or anything like that?
Nope. And then yesterday, I think I was able to log back in. But the other part of what I was going to say is that I did do my normal payment request last Sunday, but the next day got a message from TWC saying that we are reviewing, or let me see exactly what it said there, if I can find it. It said, if you recently requested benefit payment and did not receive payment, we are reviewing your payment request and will contact you for additional information as needed. And I received no other communication, and to date, TWC has not processed my application from last Sunday.
The request, the payment request?
The payment request. Wow. I mean, request, not application. Yeah. And so that's a long time. Usually it only takes a day or two.
Yeah.
And then I get a notice from TWC saying, yeah, we processed your payment request. Everything's gone through. I have not got that this week yet. So not sure what's going on. They say don't call. Yeah. They say, we're just really backed up. So that's where I'm at.
That's concerning too, that the notice said if you've made a request and you haven't received it. So it's like they don't know,
it's strange. Now, on that particular payment request, that was the first time that I was asked that extra question that we talked about a couple of weeks ago.
About the pandemic,
exactly. And then they gave you some options for statements that you would agree with in answer to the question.
Yeah.
So, I picked the one that seemed most relevant to me, and I don't know if that's why there's a delay, because they're dealing with that extra question thing and figuring out how to deal with people's responses to that, or what. I don't know.
Wow. Oh man. And we talked about those questions, was it last week or 2 weeks ago?
A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
Because we got that weird notice about the questions, I think the week of Thanksgiving. Right? We're like, what questions? What are they? Yeah. Oh man. Wow. What a year. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah. So maybe that's taking extra processing time, or maybe just the questions that those questions are generating. And that could be. Oh man.
I was expecting to get something today from TWC, but so far I haven't. So it's up in the air, I guess. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah. It's just so much uncertainty, and right before the holidays like this, man.
And then I just checked to see the latest on the news feed about the stimulus package, and it seems it's not dead in the water, but they haven't passed anything.
Yeah,
at
we
least
might as well move on to
up
that
the-
that topic. Everything depends on
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. And so, I mean, they're still negotiating, but I don't know, it seems like every day there's a fresh set of sticking points between the Democrats and the Republicans. And now they're saying they're going to work through the weekend to get this passed. So
Wow.
doesn't look like something's going to happen today.
Oh man. Yikes! Yeah, we of course we usually we try to watch the newspapers websites like New York Times or the Statesman down here in Austin, but we're watching like the TV news channel websites over here just
Yeah,
because it's so down to the wire. Of course they were trying to connect this to the government funding bill for the whole federal government because that runs out of money tonight, I think, right?
yeah, and they are still intertwined. The two
Oh, they are.
things are, yeah, they're trying to pass both of them at the same time.
Hmm. Wow. But you have seen something where they said they're going to delay it into the weekend, or they're
Yes,
considering it.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. The latest thing said they're going to blow right past the deadline of today
Mm-hmm.
and work through the weekend to make sure that the federal government doesn't run out of money, but also to work on the pandemic relief deal.
Yeah, I'm seeing that phrase a couple different places. Blow past the deadline. Yeah, they
Yeah.
must have used that in a press release or something.
Yeah,
Which
it doesn't build confidence.
no, it doesn't. Yeah, yeah, not the phrase we wanted to hear today on Friday. But yeah, everything's kind of tied with that as far as unemployment. I think probably most states' unemployment benefits are running out, like Texas's are.
Yeah.
And
Some of them have already run out, I think.
yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So they're still talking about a stimulus check of $600 per eligible person.
mhm,
And they're also talking about $300 a week in unemployment benefits,
mhm.
similar to the one that came out, the $600 one that came out in April.
Right.
So that's what they're talking about, but it's not a done deal yet.
No. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So I guess it's still relevant to talk about the letter writing campaigns.
Yeah.
That all those, especially in the Senate, all those offices are still receiving letters. I think it seems like, I mean, the House is ready to go with whatever the Senate can actually get passed, but yeah, we don't know. But
Mhm.
yeah, probably still the senators to let them know if you the viewer, if you haven't let your senator know yet, or your senators know, that you need help with this, or people that need help. It's probably time. Yeah, I thought maybe we could go. I could actually kind of show one of these letter writing campaigns, as they're so easy. And let me see if I can get this up on the screen here. Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. You probably can't see that, Mark.
I can't, no.
But this is one of the ones from the AFM, the Action Network, letter writing campaigns, and it just has, it just has a place. What's the required information here? Your first name, last name, email, and it has to have your street address, city and zip code, because that's how they tell, which senator is yours. Who represents you. Or representative if you're doing representative. But you just put those things in there, and you hit the start writing button, and it comes up with a sample letter that you can edit. You can add things to, and we really do encourage you to add something, especially at the top of the letter, so that it looks different from the other letters. To add a sentence or two about yourself, and then you can leave the rest of it in there. And it's very easy, and you just hit send, and it goes off. So, yeah, it's important for us all to make our voices heard. We had Daisy was back on last week, Mark, and
Oh, cool.
yeah, she told us about how she likes to kind of customize these letters and put in a little bit about herself and her career, so that it looks different. And
Mhm.
that's how you get people to notice your letter.
Yeah.
You
And
make a link.
tell everyone how to access that again. Where do they find that on the AFFM site?
It's a well, it's a link that's in the it'll be in the description of this video, um, and if you search for AFM Action Network, which is
Hmm.
the website that powers the letter writing campaign. It's there. I know there's a place to get it on afm.org too. That's the Federation website for the AFM. Um, let's see. It's probably under the COVID resources, which is the biggest thing on the front page. And yeah, you can get it from there. Or actually, that link goes to the AFL-CIO letter writing campaign, which is exactly the same way to start it, and looks pretty much the same. So yeah, you can't lose with any of those union letter writing campaigns. It's just important to let them know that we're still watching them. That's really the thing. So yeah. Gosh, I did hear from at least one more musician that had gotten the notice about overpayment,
Mm.
and something happened. They made a mistake and overpaid them or something. So then they want you to pay back, or they can take it from the benefits in the future. That type of thing. So it's
Yeah.
yeah. So watch out for that, but make sure you talk to somebody, and if you can't get a hold of somebody, get a hold of your Texas state senator, um, to get you a call from inside the TWC to talk to the right person about that, to make sure it's right. Because they can check, they can go through and check the your reporting of your income, if you're reporting income, um, and make sure that statement is correct. So um, yeah, a lot of things happening right now, and
Hmm.
as we've been talking about, the TWC is totally overwhelmed. Um, gosh, what else about the federal government though? What else can we do there? Um,
Well, there's also letter writing campaigns regarding the Georgia Senate race. If you want to jump in and either do letter writing or phone calls, there's several websites that will allow you to jump in on that.
mhm.
Um,
Yeah,
Vote Forward is one that I've used before, and there's
yes,
several others that will link you to phone call too if you prefer to do that.
yeah. We've seen several other union members using that Vote Forward
Yeah.
campaign as well. Our sister Hope was posting about
Hmm.
that just the other day, so thank you, Hope. Yeah,
Cool.
and
Yeah.
yeah, very cool. Yeah. Yep. And then I guess, like, we've been saying this all along, but the best practice I think that we have at this point, even if your benefits are going to run out on the 26th, whatever happens this weekend, the best practice is to stay in the system and keep making those payment requests on time, so that when the new relief package comes in, your payment requests will already have been made, and
Yeah.
then they can be acted upon.
So
Hopefully,
you don't get dropped out of the system.
and you don't get dropped. Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah.
have to reapply in the midst of the
Yeah.
TWC implementing a new aid package. You want to be in there already so that it comes sooner. And I know that that doesn't sound like a great option. Stay in the system and behave, that kind of thing. Misbehave on the letter writing campaigns. We need to create some good trouble there, but we need to make sure that we're in the system for when this comes through, because this is going to last longer for us in the music business, right? I mean, the audiences are, they're not going to be comfortable coming out until it's really safe to come out. Our business is an entertainment business. That's just how that's just how it is.
It's going to be slow.
Yeah. Our recovery is going to be slower and slower than other businesses. Yeah. So.
One other thing that popped out this week, the Recording Academy Music Cares website is offering giving gift cards to music people. It's only a $250 e-card from Music Cares, but I did the application the other day, and it's not too terribly hard.
Cool.
Yeah, so you
what
can.
kind of information did you have to have there? Something about releases, like the other things from Music Cares, or
No,
records you've been
well,
on, or
I had to document recordings. I mean, the one that kind of gave me a little pause, to tell you the truth, was I had to submit a bank statement from my bank, which I wasn't enthusiastic about doing that, but that was, I guess, the price of admission to get into getting your application.
yeah,
And then some information about work that had been canceled in the last year, which, could be just emails from people that were canceling festivals or gigs or whatever.
easy info to come by these days.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, it took me an hour and a half to complete the application. Not really hard, but I haven't gotten the money yet, so I don't know if I made the grade.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, any of those things that are need based, we don't know what the threshold would be. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's worth applying,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and all their stuff is. I mean, they've done a great job.
Yeah.
Helping all of us through this. So
Mhm.
yeah, thank you, Music Cares. Yeah, and the Recording Academy, of course, too. Yeah. Oh goodness, man. All right. Yeah, gosh, what else? Stay in the system. Yeah, make sure if you get an overpayment notice to repay stuff, make sure you get a hold of the TFC. Make sure it's right. Make sure, yeah, that type of thing. Yeah. Any other topics this this session?
I think that's it for me.
Yeah, there isn't much else that we haven't already mentioned, of course. From what I understand, the rent relief, the city of Austin rent relief, is still has funding. So if you have unpaid rent for 2020 at all, do that right away. That link was in the show notes last week. I'll put it in this week too, because there's still help there for rent relief. Yeah, this could be a tough holiday, but we're gonna get through it together. Yeah. So yeah, if you're watching and you're in the music business, don't give up. There is help out there.
Hang in there.
Yeah, we this week we got to let our federal government representatives know that we're watching them, and we need them to do their jobs and react to this.
Mhm.
So yeah, but anyway, we will see you in the new year.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll have you. Hopefully we'll have a new theme song by then. Maybe a new name for the thing. We'll see. The Navigating Texas Workforce Commission for Musicians is a little long, and we've been kind of brainstorming that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But the main thing is for musicians, don't give up. We're going to get through this with our solidarity, and by sharing information, we can be smarter than we would be all by ourselves. So don't go it alone, and we'll see you in the new year.
Okay. Thanks, Aaron. Yep.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Mark. Bye-bye.